surprised. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if it's over.
She'll bring it later. I was saying as well, Adam, that I've
13 years ago, Shane. 13 years ago on stage. We're all together. So a funny story I was going to talk about was how Mary was sat in a crowd in her high school musical, nudged him and said,
"Wouldn't he be a lovely boy for our Lauren?"
Little did she know that 13 years later, I'd be here in a suit again marrying her daughter.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car or over a meal or during long walks. All those sentences that began with, "when we're married," and continued with, "I will, and you will, and we will." Those late night talks and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, "You know all those things we promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word." Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, dancing partner, and even teacher, for you have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across a threshold of life, and things will never be quite the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband, this is my wife."
When Lauren was born, I thought my heart would bust out of my chest. She was just so perfect. I wished on a star that all her wants and dreams would come true. Mr. Sheehan, in his testament, at least one of them did.
Laura, I think everyone will agree you look like a princess today. Absolutely beautiful. Genuinely, when the doors of Sponza Palace opened today, I was lost for words when you were there. I could see you were lost for words too. Laura, when we met 13 years ago while doing our school's musical, I was not expecting to meet the girl I would go on to marry. You came into my life, and it didn't take long for us to become each other's best friends. You truly are a beautiful person, both inside and out. You are my rock, Laura, and I realise every day just how lucky I am to have you. Here we are on our wedding day in Dubrovnik, where I vow the following. I promise to love and protect you always, through the good times and the bad times we will face on our journey through life as husband and wife. I promise to always give you my everything and be the husband you deserve. I promise to finish building you this house and to work hard at turning it into our home. A home where we'll hopefully one day start a family together and create a loving atmosphere to raise our kids in. An atmosphere where the words "I love you" are used every day. And lastly, I vow to never take us for granted and recognise that what we have together is so special. Marrying you here today, knowing that I'll have my Laura, my best friend, my everything by my side forever, makes me the happiest man alive. I love you.
Al, as I stand here by your side on our wedding day, I can't believe I get to say these words. we're actually getting married. I feel in a way that we've had a head start. Having met so young, we've grown up together by each other's sides, moulding and shaping into the people that we are, with an unbreakable bond of love and support each step of the way. I think we've known for a long time it was never a matter of if we'd get married, but a matter of when. And by God, did I wait for that when. I read recently that true love is when both people think they're the lucky one. I'm so lucky to have you in my corner, to have gone on adventures across the world, to have built a life together, and now I'm so grateful to spend the rest of that life by your side. My mother always told us, your partner in life should be your best friend first and foremost. And in you, I've been so lucky to find just that. Since our sweet 16s, you've been a supporter, a confidant, a dancing partner, a listener, an advisor, but most of all, a best friend. Today we finally get to upgrade our title to husband and wife. I'm so grateful to be marrying you in this beautiful place and continue our beautiful life together. So with that, I promise you these as your wife. I promise you a lifetime of happiness and laughter, to continue to surprise you and to be surprised by you, be it your handyman skills, or your disco dancing moves, or the amazing father I know you'll be one day. I promise to remain your cheerleader, to be so proud of all that you do and to support you every step of the way. I promise to build a happy home with you, a place where we'll watch our future family grow and for us to grow old together as happy as we've always been. But most of all, I promise to love you unconditionally, as we've both always done and both always will. I love you.
Allow me to ask, and please answer. Do you, Lauren Annie O'Halloran, agree to marry Alan Arthur Sheehan?
I do.
Do you, Alan Arthur Sheehan, agree to marry Lauren Annie O'Halloran?
I do.
I solemnly declare that Alan Arthur Sheehan and Lauren Annie O'Halloran are married.
So I had a memorable line in our school musical, and that was that we were young, naive, and having the time of our life.
When you put your hand in my jacket, I'm thinking so irrational. You flew me international now. We can spend hours reading the signals, but that's so unoriginal. What if we took this back to my house? Under all these lights, I gotta take a minute to calm down. But I feel like if I told you I was ready right this minute, I just wanna go and lay you down. I just feel like it's clear. If I told you I was ready right this minute, you can just I don't have a single doubt. I just feel like you need to know. If I told you I was ready right this minute, do you think that it would turn you on?
Ladies and gentlemen, I just love to say one thing. What a day.